in Abuja on Wednesday granted 10 end-bad governance protesters who were arrested and detained for treason, among others, to a bail in the sum of 10 million naira each and one shorty in like sum. Punch newspaper just carried it. I don't know what is happening in this country again. Whatever you decide, you will have to live with it. I don't see anywhere in the world or in Nigeria democratic system where protest is a crime. Please, educate me if I'm wrong. Protest is constitutional. Protest is legal. And bad governance protesters. If people are protesting that the government, protest means disapproval, that they don't like what is happening. And anybody can protest. Federal government, they can be protest. State, local, even private offices, school, private school, government school. Teachers can say, we don't like what the proprietor is doing, we don't like what the owner of the school is doing. They can go and protest. Even your children in the house can protest. Please, when has protest become a crime in Nigeria? What I know is a crime is treason. Let us separate this. Treason is the crime of betraying one's country, especially attempting to buy or overthrow the sovereignness or the government.
That was a video that I made about 7-8 weeks ago on this case of these end bad government protesters, and I totally condemn it. I condemned it. I can't play it to the end. And we came to discover again, through VDM again, that those guys are still in detention, that those guys are still in prison. In this 7 weeks ago, the court granted them 10 million naira each bail. So because they could not fulfill that bail term, they are still in prison. So we're in a country where a lawbreaker, not even a lawmaker, physically assault a boat guy. And that lawbreaker was granted 500,000 naira bail. Then very dark man, for putting on a police uniform without approval, was granted 2 million naira bail, 2 million, times 4 of the lawmaker. Then young boys, children, we don't even know what to be treason, we no go school, are granted 10 million naira each bail. On the case of those children, I'm seeing it as a deliberate attempt to silence people so that people will be scared to come out and protest. The question is this, I condemn it. A lawmaker that makes more money is paying 500,000 naira bail. Then VDM, that's a normal Nigerian, is paying 2 million naira bail. Then children, minors, they call them minors below 18 years, and granted 10 million naira bail. I think this is inconsistent. If the children are granted 10 million naira bail, then the lawmaker should be granted 1 billion naira bail. People should be fined according to their income level. The lawmaker is a lawmaker that should even know the law. Those children are citizens. Come to think of it, how many of those children even know what is called tracing? How many of them? 18, 16 years, 15 years, 14 years. How many of them know the consequences of their crime? Well, truth be told, ignorance of a law is not an excuse. That's the truth. So parents, over to you. I'm even thinking that if your child that is a minor below 18 years commits a crime like this, I think the government should sign a bill that parents or guardians will serve the punishment. If that is done, parents will keep their eye and raise their children. Stop giving birth to children like chicken that you cannot train. You go born 12 pieces, 15 pieces. All of them go turn what you will not know for road, and they're going to cause problem. Are you telling me that if that child of 15 years, by person, carry knife, by person, you go send a picking? Let's be honest about it. If a child of 15 years carry granite, which person, the person by, will you say it's a child? Let's balance this equation. Manslaughter, manslaughter. So I think that parents should be held accountable for the crime of their children that are below 18 years. Or the children to be kept in prison till they're 18 years abroad, foreign countries. Those in the diaspora know. If a minor commits a crime, that minor will be put in prison. When that minor gets to 18 years, the age of accountability, they can now judge the case proper and then give that person the punishment. Let's not be sentimental about whether they are children or not. What they committed is a treasonable offense. The 10 million naira fine is on the high side. The parents should be held accountable for the mistakes of their children, and government should do something about education. Though ignorance of a law is not a crime, education, basic education, let the children know right and know wrong. Though those people are minor, even if they are educated, the laws of the land, I think, is from university, that people start learning law and all that. So that's what I have to say about it. I condemn that. I think the government is doing something about it. And I commend VDM for helping this come out again, because this case will don't go down again. I screamed am about 7 weeks ago. I don't even know say the water still there. VDM bring him out again. That is very good. He has been granted bail. Some people, he has been granted bail. What do you think about it? It's good that he's granted bail. That is justice. Keeping somebody in prison for more than 48 hours is wrong. If somebody commits a crime, within 48 hours, charge the person to court, grant the person bail if need arise, or throw the person back to prison if need arise. But let's remember, the same way Mr. A is granted bail, when the time comes, let's remember to also encourage them to grant Mr. B bail. Equity. Balance the equation. Bye for now.